Okay, number 5, we want to write the augmented matrix for the given system of equations. We have 3 equations this time. And again, it's important just to make sure you line up everything. So I'm going to start out by lining up everything first. I have x minus y plus z equals 15. So I want x, y, z in that order. And then the next row we have 6x and then plus 6y. And we don't have a z, so I'm going to do plus 0 right there as a placeholder equals 5. So everything is good. And then the bottom row we have x plus y plus 6z equals 3. All right, so once you identify everything is lined up, all you have to do is look at the coefficients. Okay, so the augmented matrix are just focused on the coefficients. So 1, -1, and +1, and then 15. 6, 6, 0, 5, 1, 1, 6, 3. So this is my augmented matrix. Very important to be able to do that. 1, -1, 1, 15, and you can just hit enter, and as you hit enter it will go to the next box for you to fill in as you type them in. 1, 1, 6, and 3. All right, number 6, now we get to some of those row operations. So this one wants us first to write the system of equation that would match the augmented matrix, and then we're going to perform this row operation on the augmented matrix. So it says use the variables x and y, okay, just in that order. So 1x minus 4y equals 3. Let's look for that one first. 1x minus 4y equals 3 on the first row. Note, 1x minus 4y equals -3 actually, and b matches, but let's make sure. 1x minus 4, nope, and then nope. So only b is the one that matches. It's the same idea of just taking those coefficients and tacking on our variables as needed. Okay, so this would be the correct system of equations. Okay, now we're going to perform this operation. So let's show you how that works. I'm going to start with the augmented matrix. 1, -4, -3, and then on the bottom we have 3, 5, -7. Okay, so this means we're going to replace row 2, and it is going to become the result of -3 times row 1, so little r1, plus r2. So that means I'm going to take this matrix. Row 1 is going to stay the same. We're only changing row 2. That's the one that's going to be changed. So I'm going to write this out. I'm also going to show you how to do this with a calculator. I think it's beneficial just to help you check. So row 1 is not being changed, only row 2. So I'm going to write row 1 as is. 1 minus 4, -3. Now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply each of these values by -3. So I'm going to do this off to the side. So that would be a -3 when I multiply this one, times a -3 here, so -3 times -4 will give me a +12. -3 times -4, +12. And then also -3 times -3 will give me a 9. So I multiply this whole row times -3. That's what this one is saying. So that's what I did. That's how we got these numbers. Now we're going to add row 2 to that. So this was the original row 2. So I'm going to add 3, 5, and -7. I'm just going to line those up and add them. So this will give me 0. That is my new row 2 value here, 0. Add these up, we get 17. So I will write 17 there, and then add these, and I will get, or subtract really, and you get 2. So this is your new matrix, okay? Let me show you that process in the calculator, and we'll also put it here. So let me pull up calculator. I'm going to start with this matrix. So the way you do this is we're going to turn this on. We're going to do second, and then this little x to the -1 button to access matrix. All right, right now we're on matrix A, and it's just names. We have to go over to edit it. So I'm going to arrow over twice so I can edit this matrix, and I'm going to hit enter. Now we have to tell it how many rows, how many columns. So there's 2 rows and there's 3 columns, okay? So we're going to say 2, enter, and then 3, enter. Once we do that, we're going to insert each of our coefficients. So 1, -4, -3. Uh-oh, syntax error. I can't use the keypad. I have to actually go to the negative down here, so I have to say negative because that's minus. You can see how that symbol changed. So -4, and then -3. Okay, and then row 2 was 3, 5, and then -7. Okay, once you get everything in, double check, because the most common error is data entry. So make sure you entered your data correct. All right, once you verified that, we're going to back out. We're going to get back to the home screen. So I'm going to do second, quit, and then I'm back here. So I'm going to do 2 things. I want you to see the matrix that we've input, and then I want you to see the change when we make the row operation right here. So I'm going to do second matrix again, and I'm just going to hit enter. You see how it's different now. It shows a 2 by 3. I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to hit enter again, and it shows me what is in there. 1, -4, -3 matches. 3, 5, -7, that matches. Okay, now we're going to perform this row operation right here. So we multiplied and we added, okay? So I'm going to tell my calculator to do that. So I'm going to go second matrix and arrow over to math. That's where you get all your operations, okay? So if we arrow up, there's a lot more. These are the operations. We will use these. This is row echelon form right here. It will do that for you. It will also do reduced row echelon form. That's what that stands for. We're going to do that. But for right now, we want option E. We're going to multiply by something, and then we added something. So this is what I want. So I tell my calculator, what did I multiply by? Well, we multiplied by -3. It's kind of in order of the symbol. So I'm going to type -3. Okay. We now put a comma. I now have to tell it, I think it's the matrix next. No, what row? Ooh, -3 is the multiple of, I want to say row 1, and then from matrix A, so we're going to do second matrix. I might be, and we're going to do A. I may have these in the wrong spot. It's been a while since I've done this with the calculator, but I may have to put the multiple first, and then the matrix, and then the row, and then what I added, what row I added, or it may be in this form: the multiple times what row from this matrix, and then we're adding to that row 2. So I tell it row 2 now. Okay, and let's see if we get this output. If not, then I know I need to change up my value. Yeah, it says invalid domain. So I'm going to go to, and it's not really showing me which one. So let me go back. Let me just try it here. I think this should be matrix A. Second matrix. I'm going to put the matrix there, And then over here, I'm going to change this to row 1 and then plus row 2. And then, yes, okay, so that's the order. The multiple, which matrix you're using, the row that you're multiplying, and then the row that you're adding last. Okay, so you see how we got 1, -4, -3 unchanged, and then 0, 17, 2 on the bottom. That's how you can verify with calculator. So it's a lot of steps to learn, but it's not so bad to do. It's not really that bad, but it does take some time. So make sure you practice. You need to be able to do it by hand. I also want you to know that you can do it with technology as well. So 1, -4, -3, and then 0, 17, and 2.